Great day, great day, great day. Good morning in the journey way. Listen, what have you released from your life today to make your journey lighter and quicker? What have you innovated in your life today to make it better for yourself and for those involved in your life? This is Brother Hatim, and I'm coming to you live with Session 80. Session 80 of Give Yourself Permission. Man, this has been a long journey, and those of you that's been working with me, we have made it 80 days. I don't care if you just listening. Dude, if you just listening to all 80, you have committed to something. You have shown that you could take it to the next level. Now, I want you to add something to the daily listening. I want you to add something to it. I want you to get up from the spot you're in, and I want you to move to your mirror and start giving yourself permission. And then I want you to move from the mirror, and I want you to move into a private spot and start doing your meditation. I want you to start breathing. I want you to start working out. Remember, we talk about small steps on the journey. It's the small steps that help us complete the journey. It's not these big giant steps. Everything happens in steps, which means those steps build up into a process. You are involved in a process, and I don't want you to overwhelm yourself. I don't want you to overstretch yourself. I don't want you to overwork out yourself so that you will give yourself a feeling of being defeated. I want you to learn to enjoy the small victories. I want you to learn to enjoy how good it feels before you start pushing yourself and feeling the pain and feeling the suffering. But understand that when you start feeling those things, the feelings that you are seeking are on the other side of that. So you have to go through that fire. You have to go through that suffering. You have to go through that pain to reach your goal. And remember, that's nothing but temporary. That's one of the reasons why meditation is so important, because we start to realize that everything is temporary. Even the body we live in. Now, speaking of the body we live in, today, I want you to give yourself permission to listen to your body. Over the last couple of days, as I started integrating more yoking, or what some people call yoga, more yoking in my system of my body, I started doing sun salutations. Then I, of course, I started adapting it, and now I got Hello Geometry piece on there, and I started following this system. And then, me being me, Hatim being Hatim, I started to adapt the system to what I needed, because I know a bunch of the moves, but I haven't mastered a bunch of the moves. Not just in the sun salutation or in the greeting geometry piece, but I know a lot of moves, but I have not been able to reach the mastery level on those moves. So what I started doing was listening to my body and moving in the direction that my body tell me to move. So it's sort of intuitional yoking, doing what my body needs, listening to my body. And then when I move into a position that is uncomfortable, I start listening to my body as my body speaks about what hurts. And you in your body, it's not going to be a voice. I don't want y'all to start listening for voices. I want you to start listening for those tight spots, feeling those tight spots, listening to the memories that pop up. I want you to embrace those, and I want you to start learning to breathe through them. Some of them going to be painful enough to make you start crying. Yeah. To bring tears. But it's not a pain that you have not felt before in your life. Because on the other side of that pain, on that other side of that stretch that you are doing is mastery. And with mastery comes a reward. So I want you to start learning to listen to your body and start seeing where you store your stress. Because all the stress that we be having in our workplace and in our lives, all this stress goes somewhere. And sometimes we think that we just work it out because we walk up some steps or we run a little bit. But that stuff is tough. And we have to really start doing some personal work and really start listening to our bodies and start asking questions. And that's where we move into the next phase. Because during this week, what I want to do is I want to cover the 5 parts of the human being. But also we need to cover real quick, and we're gonna need to cover real soon, knowing when to quit. I know I'm like, you're never supposed to give up, but there's an upside to some quitting, and we're gonna probably next week we're gonna look into that. All right. This is Brother Hatim saying, this is Give Yourself Permission. Check me out at www.giamijourney.com. I'd like to thank you because this is session 80, man. We doing it. We have took 80 steps closer to our goal of mastering 2014 and beyond. All right, so now check me out at www.giamijourney.com. Check out my books. Also, listen to my other radio stations. As a matter of fact, the next show that'll be coming on in the next couple of minutes is Folk Tales for Grown Folks. So be on the lookout for that. This is Brother Hatim, and I'm saying peace, and I pray that your day will be as beautiful as you are.